Okay, guys, let's see. So we were looking at comparatives, and we were saying, correct, that let's say maybe the most important rule is how many syllables a word has. Afra, you were just asking me. Serious, what is the comparative? So what do you have to think? So you're going to go, right? Serious. How many syllables does serious have? 3. So automatically, it's more. Automatically. Every time you have what we call a short word, it is And every time we have a long word, we are going to use more. Okay? Now you might go, okay, so how do I know if it's a short word, or how do I know if it's a long word, right? And so this is how you know. A short word is going to be 1 to 2 syllables. So 1, 1, 2. This is a syllable, right? 1. So if I go, for example, clean, what am I going to say? Cleaner. And also, correct, remember, we're in Australia. So in Australia, we don't say I don't say I go ah. We like to open the mouth, yeah? Ah. Yeah? And so to say, for example, cleaner, right? What about hard? Harder, right? What about, let me think, safe? Safer, correct? Paulo, what are you laughing about? You got any other? What about hot? Hotter. Okay, good. You were practicing all this stuff, or you were practicing comparatives? Amazing, amazing. Jerry, if you continue bothering Diego, you're going to sit somewhere else. What do you want? Page 88. Yeah, because he needs to concentrate. Okay, amazing. Good. We also have 2 syllables. Yes? Oh, what about, let's see, trick. What about if I say fun? What is the comparative of fun?
Funny.
What? Funnier. You cannot say funner. Funnier. Is that a bad word in Arabic?
No.
Oh, okay. I was scared because you started laughing. Like, sometimes words can be something different in another language. Okay, so when we say fun, so you go, oh, let's do this because it's funnier, right? That is an exception with others. Okay.
It's funny between America and
The pronunciation, how we go, Yeah. The Americans go, they close the mouth. Yeah, what about when we say, so then if you have 2 syllables, yes, it could be 1, or it could be more. So if I go modern, more modern. If I go clever, more clever. If I go, for example, and say, easy, easier. If I say, for example, heavy, heavier. Yes? So, 1 syllable, yes or yes, 2 syllables could be or could be more. When you have 3, 4, 5, so let's say popular, more popular, right? 3, absolutely more. 4, beautiful. Is that 3 or 4? 3, more beautiful. What about if we say, comfortable, more. And intelligent, 4. So more. Yes? Agree? Okay, good. And if we're going to compare, we must use than. Than. I can say, for example, correct? Remy, come in. Okay, here's my friend. Ooh, I'm taller than you.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No, dude. No. Oh.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So, looking at us two, right? I could say that, for example, first thing, very clear, no shame. So, Remy is thin, yeah? Whereas I am heavy, right? You look and you go, yeah, absolutely. Are we comparing? No, because I'm saying she's thin and I'm heavy. That's it. But if we go, oh, Remy is thinner than Nicole, right? Now we are comparing because we say than. Yes? Or we could say Nicole is heavier than Remy. Correct? Now, in terms of height, she's taller. Is she really? Just a little bit? I'll sit down. No. Anyway, okay. So let's say, so Remy is tall and I am short. Yeah? How tall are you?
I think 160.
160. Oh, I used to be 160. I'm 158 now. I'm already going down. Yeah, absolutely. I used to be 160. It's true. Yeah. I think it was maybe last year, the year before, I measured when I went to the doctor. 158. I was like, shoot, I lost 2 centimeters. It happens. It happens. Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely taller than me. But you see, so you go, Remy's tall. I'm short. So Remy is taller than me. Now, also, when we're doing comparatives, you can say a bit or you can say a lot. Yeah? So here, Remy is a bit taller than me, 2 centimeters. Yeah? And we could say that Remy is 2 centimeters taller than me, than the teacher. Correct? Good. How heavy are you? How much do you weigh?
Maybe 40. No. 54. No.
54 kilos.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm 90.
Oh.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Mm.
It doesn't look like it, but yeah, 90 kilos here. Yeah, I know. It's all in the ass. Anyway, probably, most probably. Anyway, what we're going to say is that, okay, so she's 54 kilos, right? I'm 90. So definitely, right, I am much heavier than Remy because I'm almost double. How old are you?
25.
25. Oh, I'm 50.
Oh,
So look,
double.
so double. So we could say, correct, that my age is twice as much as Remy's. We could say that I am much older than Remy, and she is much younger. Oh, by the way, Paulo, yesterday you were working with Joe, and Joe says, oh, Pablo is a bit older than me. And I go, but Pablo's 10 years older than you. Yeah, not so much. I was like, really? What I'm trying to say is that the age is a thing that is a different perception for everybody. Some people might think it's a bit like, she's 18, Pablo's 28. And she was like, no, it's not that much. But really, 10 years is a lot, from my perspective. Maybe from another perspective, not really. So we're all different in this case. Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So you see, every time we're comparing, we need to use than, so I know. Yeah? Another thing, correct? My hair, correct, is longer than hers. My hair, yes, is longer than hers. Why do I say hers? Because I'm talking about possession. my hair. So if I'm using my hair to describe, then I will say hers as to talk about Remy. Hers. Well, when I go hers, I'm saying this to replace her hair. Got it? Okay, thanks for going to take a seat. Amazing. So yesterday we were looking at correct these two people. Yes? And we did some of these exercises. Yes? We were looking at that, for example, Kate is 26 and Ben is 24. Yes? So, in conclusion, what is the conclusion? That Kate is older than Ben. Yes? Second one says, I'm not a very good swimmer. Now, it says swimmer. It doesn't say how you swim. It's saying, like, are you a good driver? Yes or no? Yes? So when to say, for example, oh, I'm a good swimmer or I'm not a good swimmer. Maybe you can swim, but you're not good at it. Could be. Okay? Okay, good. And so here it says, Ben is a better swimmer than Kate. Better because we know that the comparative of good is better, not gooder. Yeah? I don't know yesterday who said, oh, gooder? It's like, no, better, 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 better. Okay. Just like when you get married, Arnold. If you get married in Australia, they're going to say, do you take Carol for better or for worse? I do. Do you take Carol for richer or for poorer? I do. In sickness and in health? Because I think in Spanish you don't do that. In Spanish, I don't think you say like for better or for worse. It's just like, in sickness, health, richer, poorer. Yeah, I don't think you say for better or for worse. So when it says for better or for worse, it is referring to the good times and the bad times, right? Okay, good. Let's continue. And so the next one was, yes, let's see. So it says here, Kate is 1.68 meters tall and Ben is 63. So naturally, Kate is taller than Ben. Yes. It's very common that people, because the way that we're looking at comparative here are the affirmative sentences. People always look for this way. Because if I say to you, what would be the opposite of this? Naturally, you're going to go and you're going to say, oh, Ben is shorter than Kate. Naturally, you're going to look for this way. But not all of them can be done like this. Okay? So here, look, it says, I start work at 8 and Ben starts at 8:30. Yeah? So Kate starts earlier, correct, than Ben. Oh, starts work, right? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So Kate starts work earlier than Ben. If I were to say to you, what would be the negative? What would be the contrary of this? What would we say?
Later.
Okay, so Ben, so you see, this is what you do. So you go, Ben starts work later than Kate. Pretty easy, right? But there is another way. that I can use negative. And this is what we're going to do today. Okay? Ben doesn't start work as early as Kate. Yes, good. So this is your negative form. So here we're using no plus as. Here is your adjective. So you see, I don't say earlier, I just say early. Simple adjective. But I use as, and now this is the same as this. Right? Because if I say Ben doesn't start work as early as Kate, well, what are you saying? That Ben starts work later than Kate. It's the same. Okay, good. I don't have much money. I have a lot of money. So Ben, what are we going to say? No. I don't have much money. I have a lot of money. Okay, so Ben has more money than Kate. Okay?
The 5.
Six,
5.
5 or 6. Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
that's why.
Oh,
I say that.
sorry. Why did I go here to 6? Oh, wow. I got lost. Sorry. So, when is your girlfriend arriving?
On Monday.
Monday. Wow, counting the days.
Yeah.
Oh, great. She's going to be here for Vivid.
Yeah.
She's going to be able to see the
Yeah.
city like, wow. Oh, nice. Okay, so what were you saying in this one, Diego? Sorry?
Yeah.
I don't work very hard. I work very hard. So Ben
works
harder. Yeah, I don't say harder. Harder. Where the borders were. So Ben works harder than Kate. Okay, and Ben has more money. So it has because third person. So more money than Kate. Here it says, I'm a very good driver. And Ben says, I'm not a very good driver. So Kate is a better driver than Ben. Yes. Here, I'm not very patient. I'm very patient. So what are we going to say about Ben? So Ben is more patient than Kate. Good. I'm not a very good dancer, and Ben is. So Ben is a better dancer than Kate. What did you have? What? No, but how are you going to say a worse dancer? You could, but would you really do that to say that, yeah, yes, very direct, right? You're the worst dancer. Well, you could say you're the worst dancer ever. Yeah, you could, absolutely. Okay. And so here, 10, I'm very intelligent. I'm not very intelligent. So Kate is more intelligent. Okay, in this one, question. What would you say contrary to this idea? What would be the opposite of this idea? So Kate is more intelligent than Ben. What would be the opposite? What are you going to say? Ben is dumb? He's stupid? You can't do that. Okay, good. So here you could say, make it simple.
Ben is less.
Ben is less good. Ben is less intelligent than Kate, correct? But also, you could say that Ben isn't as intelligent as Kate. Beautiful. So here we have not, as, and your intelligence is intact. You guys are really good. I speak French very well. I don't speak French very well. So Kate speaks. Speak or speaks? Speaks, because it's she. Third person. So Kate speaks French better than Ben. Good. And the last one. I don't go to the cinema very much. I go to the cinema a lot. So what are we going to say? Ben goes to the cinema more than Kate. Okay? Good. You write them down?
Yeah.
All of them?
I know.
Ah, okay. Write down the answers. Write down the answers. Good. Now, this is super important, okay? Comparatives and superlatives are super important. As I said to you, a person who can use superlatives and comparatives is considered definitely inter to upper intermediate. So that's why it's important to demonstrate. Okay. And so here, of course, we have more exercises. Yes. Okay, let's see. So if we say he isn't very tall, so saying, oh, you're taller than him, or you're taller than he is. We were saying that to say than him is when correct, we said we have our subject and we have our object. Subject, person who does the action. Object, person who receives the action. Okay? And so here we have our I, me, you, we, us, they, them, he, him, she, her, it, and it. Okay, so this is the first option of how you can respond when you're comparing. Yeah? But the other way is to just repeat the subject again and to create like a new sentence. When do we use this? This is when we want to create emphasis, more emphasis on the idea. So to say, for example, yes, okay, Remy is taller than me, right? But Remy, she goes, hey, Nick, I am taller than you are. See what I mean? It's very ironic. It's kind of like, na, 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 na. You see, she gives that kind of like emphasis. You know, if I go, for example, and I go, Remy, I work harder than you. And Remy goes, well, hi, Shed, I don't think so. And I go, how many hours do you work, Remy? And Remy goes, oh, I work, let's say 6 hours, 8 hours. She's a student. She can't work more than that. Whereas I work 12 or 14 hours. So Remy, she comes to school, right? And she, I'm so tired today. And I go, tired of what? And she's, because I work so hard. And you don't work. Huh? And Remy might go, sure, I work a lot. And yeah, but I work more than you do. See what I mean? I'm trying to make the emphasis to say me more than you. And so Remy might go, well, how many hours do you work? And I go, 12 to 14. And she goes, oh, wow, yeah, you do. See what I mean? So you have the option. It's not that this one is better than this one. It's not the fact to say, this is academic, this is formal, has nothing to do. It's just a matter of putting emphasis. When would you use this one? Most probably when you're in an argument. Most probably. You know, when somebody says, you do nothing. You go, what do you mean I do nothing? True. I do more than what you do. You know, and you start. So I would say most probably, you know, when you want to make a point, essentially. So nothing to do with formal, informal. More common, of course, is this one. Absolutely. I agree. Oh, hi guys, how are you? I agree. Absolutely. This one is more common. People always use this one because it's easier to, you know, to do. Okay, so let's see. She isn't very old. So she isn't very old. So you're older than her. Because you have the she, so we go she, her, right? So you're.
Can we see she?
No. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. So you're older than her, absolutely. And you could also say you're older than she is. Absolutely. There you go. Yeah, you can do that. And so this one here says, I don't work very hard. You work harder than me, right? So you work, harder than me. And what would be the other alternative? So you work harder than I do. Okay? Because you're talking about do, present, work, all simple present. So you work harder than I do. Absolutely. Okay, next. He doesn't watch TV very much. Arnold, what are you going to say in this one? Number 4. Number 4.
You watch TV?
Okay, So you watch TV. No. Oh, you could. Okay, so if you say a lot, how are you going to finish that? Sorry. You're missing something. You're missing something because you're talking about quantity.
More than
More than him. So you watch. Now, you said a lot, and I asked you, like, what would you say? So you can say, Arnold, you watch TV a lot more than him. So here, when you say a lot more, yes, what are you doing? You're adding on quantity. So it's not just more. So this is more, but you're saying a lot more. Or you can also say much more. Okay? Good. Shen, I'm not a very good cook. You. It says I'm. So you cook better than me. You cook better than me. Okay, Diego, next.
We don't know many people.
We don't know many people.
You know more people than us.
Yes, because you got we. So here we is us. So you know more people than us. Yes? Or what else could we say? You know more people than we do. Okay, Jerry, 7. They don't have much money. You
You have.
okay? Thanks, Arnold. You have yeah more
Money.
okay money or money
Money.
money
More money.
yes
Than
them or than they do than them than they do. Good. Okay, let's see. Remy, I can't run very fast.
You can run faster.
You can run. Oh, sorry. You can. I need to change this cloth. You can. You can. Oh, you can run faster than me. Or you could say, then I can. Then I can. Absolutely. Then I can. You can run faster than I can. Good. Okay, Afra. She hasn't been here very long. You
have been here longer than here.
You have been here longer than her. What about if you keep this one? So you could also say, you have been here longer than
She has.
she has. Good, Remy. Yeah. Longer than she has. Very cool. Okay. Good. Tablita. They didn't get up very early. You.
Got up earlier. They did.
Okay. You
Can we say
got, sorry, give me a sec. You got up earlier than they did. Hey, good job. Than them? Yes, you can say. Yes, than them?
can we say you are more earlier than them?
No, because it's saying get up. Okay. Shed. He wasn't very surprised. He wasn't very surprised. You
Where
were more surprised. No surprise it. Surprise. Yeah. So you were more surprised. Surprised than him. Or than he was. Good job. Good job. Pretty good. Good?
Yeah.
Pretty good, right? Yep, got it. Okay, let's continue. And so not only can we compare things, but also you can also quantify. So to say big difference, no difference, little difference. Yes, in the comparative. When you guys say Australia is safer than whatever country. But maybe, you want to say, no, not just safe, not just safer, but more. So, it's very common that Colombians, say that Australia is much safer than Colombia, right? Or if we want to say the contrary, you don't want to make Colombia sound so dangerous, you might want to say, well, Australia isn't as dangerous as Colombia. Whenever we say isn't as, it always, reduces the meaning. Not the same to say, if I say, oh, Colombia is more dangerous than Australia. That is very strong. That is, wow, like a statement. This is when I was saying to you, when we're saying more intelligent, what do we say? On the other hand, are you going to say stupid? No, you can't do that. You're stupid. Can you imagine? Well, it depends. It depends, right? Who you're talking to. But really, you shouldn't. So you would say, oh, you're less intelligent, better. But what would be much better is that, well, you're not as intelligent as me. That reduces fully to say to somebody, you're not smart or bright or, huh? It's a good way to reduce the level. Okay. So it says Emma is 25, Joe is 24 and a half. Emma, so if Emma's 25 and Joe is 24 and a half, is that a big difference or a small difference? Small difference. So we're going to say a bit, right? We could say Emma is a bit older than Joe. We could say that Emma is a little older than Joe. We could say that Emma is 6 months older than Joe. We could say also that Emma is a little bit older than Joe. What about here? Jack's mother is 52. His father is 69. So Jack's mother is but it's 52, 69. Like how many years difference? 17. Is that a big difference? It kind of is. It kind of is. So we're going to say Jack's mother is much younger than his father. Right? Here, my camera cost 120. It says yours cost 112. So my camera is a bit more expensive, or is or was? Was. Or let's how about we say my camera costs a bit more than yours. Or if you want to say more expensive, you would say my camera was a bit more expensive than yours.
Can you say a bit cheap?
But it's saying my camera. So if you say a bit cheaper, how would you say that, Arnold? How would you say that?
You say my camera is cost a bit cheaper than yours.
Not cheaper.
No,
Oh.
because it isn't cheaper, because my camera is 120 and yours is 112.
Okay. Your camera costs a bit cheaper.
So yeah, because that's the person who's speaking, right? So you would say yours. And look, I'm going to give you another idea, Arnold. If we're talking, say, how much was your camera? And you go, oh, 120. And, you go, mine was 120. And I go, oh, and yours? Oh, 112. Yeah? So probably you could say yours was cheaper than mine. That could be another idea. Simple. Yesterday, I felt terrible. When you say terrible, when, you're sick and you say you feel terrible, it's like you're absolutely dying. Right? But today you feel okay. You know how many students, I like it when they send me messages. Oh, teacher, sorry, I'm not coming today. I feel so sick. Oh, I'm dying, And then on the weekend, I see them all on the cruises, dancing, Yeah, absolutely. Vivid. And I'm like, they were dying, and I go, so then they come to school on Mondays, like, much better now, huh? And I go, oh, and you went to the cruise to see Vivid like that? Oh, because we had the tickets from before. Like, yeah, come on. Right? I just find that so funny. Okay, so yesterday I felt terrible. Today I feel okay. So I feel much better than yesterday. Or, so I feel much better today, or you could say I feel much better than yesterday. Okay, today the temperature is 12 degrees. Yesterday it was 10 degrees. It's a little
Hotter.
A little bit.
Warmer.
Warmer. A little bit warmer today than yesterday. And the last one, look at this, be careful. Sarah is an excellent tennis player, but I'm not a very good player. So what are you going to say?
Is much better than me.
Okay, but what? Much better and what?
Okay.
So Sarah,
Plays tennis much better than me.
okay, so Sarah plays tennis much better than me. Okay, Sarah plays tennis much better than me. What else can I say?
I play tennis not as good as Sarah. I think
As good or as well?
as well.
As well. What else can I say?
Sarah is less worse.
Let's
Sarah is a better tennis
Like
player than me. So there is not just one way how to do it. There are different ways. Yes? So if you really dominate your comparatives, you have no problem moving from one to another. Okay? Good. Any questions?
So I play tennis not as well as Sarah. Is that a grammar mistake?
Yes, because well and good people like to interchange them, thinking they mean the same, but not really. If I go, for example, and I say, "How are you today?" and you're going to go very good or very well. Yeah, you can say that. But you know to say, "Oh, do you drive?" Yeah, but you could say, "I'm not good. I'm not a good driver." But when you're talking about the ability, the action, then you would use well. So you would say, for example, I don't play as well. Understand? Okay. Good. Diego?
what does it means as well as, but like connector?
Sorry?
What does it mean as
So
well
what
as?
does as well as mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, I don't speak, Chinese and Nepalese, but just so you know, like this is like when you say tan, bien, como.
Yeah,
So
But-
tan and como.
but there is a connector in English.
These are the connectors here.
Okay, just that means.
To be able to do this, you need the negative as and as. By the way, be careful, yes, because this as and as is not the same as when you say such as. Because this such as means, for example. Okay?
Mhm.
Or if I say, for example, I work as a teacher. So in this context, as means like or how. Correct? So that is not the same as this. This is the comparative. So that's the linking that you're talking about. Okay? Got it? Okay, good. Let's go to the next one. 89. 89? 89. You gonna go?
Yes.
Really? What?
I have a commitment. Commitment.
Commitment.
Commitment.
Oh, really? Try to see that. Try to see this one, the 89. Okay,
Okay.
because I'm going to finish this one today. So you see the difference. Because this is the other alternative that you have versus. So everyone naturally uses the other way, like older than, more beautiful, because it's easier. It's the first thing. But if you can learn this one too, like you definitely boost your English very high. You're telling somebody, wow, this person compares, but at a higher level, you know? To say something, if you were to say to me, let's say I'm talking about an English test, okay? So if we're in an interview with each other and you were to say to me, oh, I recently changed jobs. Where I'm working, it treats me much better. The pay is much higher. I'm very happy because the environment is very friendly. I would probably say friendlier than the previous place. And also, the hours aren't as long. So, you could say also the work isn't as hard. So, if somebody says that to me using both examples, so then I go, wow, that is really good English. It just, again, demonstrates to say, oh, this level, but then a bit more. And also when you use a bit or much, yeah. So look here, she says, I'm 93. And he says, I'm 96. So she's old, but she's not as old as he is. Now, one of my students in the morning was laughing because she was like, I'm 93. See, take care. Have a good one. I'm 93. So we could say that she's younger than him, right? But she's not really young. You know what I mean? So my student was like, oh, that's ironic. Because it's true. It's true fact to say that she's younger than him. But not really, But yeah, anyway, she's not as old. So that's why you would say she's old, but she's not as old as him. That is better than to say, oh, she's younger than him. Yeah. Here, box A isn't as big as box B. Definitely, box B is bigger than A. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Remy, when you're ready, can you read for me, please?
Rome or Rome?
Okay, so you know what? In the morning, one of my students said to me in Korea, they say Roma.
Roma?
Do you say Roma too in Chinese?
No.
Romy. Okay, so in English we say Rome. Rome. Yeah. In Italy.
Rome is not as old as Athens.
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 No. Athens.
Athens is older. The Grand Hotel isn't as expensive as the Europa. The Europa is more expensive. I don't play tennis as often as you. You play more often. The weather is better than it was yesterday. It isn't as cold as it was yesterday.
Okay, good. Yes. So Rome is not as old. So you see here, this is the formula if you want, when you want to say the contrary. So to say Rome is not as old as, it's the same to say, well then, and we spin it around, right? That Athens is older. Isn't as expensive as, meaning the Europa is more expensive. It's the same thing. I don't play tennis as often as you. You play more often than me. It's the same thing. The weather is better than it was yesterday. It isn't as cold as it was yesterday. Yeah. And here, so here we're going to use, see if I can make this bigger so everyone can see. So a few weeks ago, we were looking at singular, plural, countable, and uncountable. Yes? So much I use with uncountable, and many I use with countable. What is countable? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Much I cannot count. Yes? This is why, for example, when we say, I'm just thinking, Jerry has more siblings than Remy. More siblings than Pablo. More siblings than Shed, and most probably more siblings than you. How many siblings do you have, Arnold? Brothers or sisters? 2. Okay, definitely. How many siblings do you have? 8. 8 siblings. Yeah, see? So definitely Jerry has more. Oh, you guys are 9? With you? 9. No.
I have
9 siblings. You guys are 9 siblings, or with you 10?
no. I 10.
With you 10. Okay, so you are 10 siblings. Yeah, you have 9 siblings. Wow. Okay, so you see that to say she has more siblings. And so we could say she has many siblings. In this case, she has a lot. So we're going to say many more siblings. Okay? And that's what this is talking about. And you can say in the negative, to say not as many. So Jerry has a lot of siblings. Yeah? She has more siblings than Remy. On the other hand, Remy, Pablo, Shed, and Arnold, right, don't have as many siblings. Why as many? Because the many is countable. Siblings you can count. Here, the first one says, I don't have as much money as you. You cannot count money. You can't count money. We know this. What do you count? Dollars, cents, yuan, pesos, rupee, etc. You count the currency, not the money. You go $1, $2, $3, $4, right? You don't go one money, two money. Yes? That's why money is not countable. And so here we use much. So to say, I don't have as much money as you, right? You guys have more money than me. Yeah, I'm a teacher. Yeah, teachers, don't you know? Teachers are the worst paid in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Anywhere you go, anywhere in the world, teachers, yeah, don't get paid very much.
But can you say many dollars? Many dollars. You have many dollars. But
Yeah, but that doesn't really sound good, does it? Not really. You know? Yeah. You always talk about a collective in that sense. We put things in terms of containers and things. So no, not really. You wouldn't say that. You have many more dollars than me. Not really. But wait a minute. But what about if we're talking about exchange? Now that would be different, right? Because isn't it true, Arnold, that you would say that the conversion of the Colombian peso to Australian dollar, like the Colombian peso is, and Chilean peso too, and I think the Nepalese rupee too, the same. It's not very much, right? So maybe let's say you have an ID. You have, to say something, 2 million Colombian pesos. and you're thinking that this is going to be $2,000 to say something. But when you go and I want to exchange these pesos, and they go, oh, that's 500 Australian dollars. And so I go, oh, how much did you get? I didn't get as many dollars as I thought. That you could say. So you see, it's important the context. So can you say it? Yes, but can I use it in any context? Not really. Because it wouldn't be something that you would say, would it? See what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. Usually you would say that. You would say, I didn't get as much as I thought. Because you're talking about money. But if you say, oh, how many dollars did you get? Oh, I didn't get as many as I thought I would. Yeah, that you could say. I don't know as many people as you. You know more. I don't go out as much as you. You go out more. If you use not as, don't use them. Do not use them together. More is not more, or it's one or the other. This is affirmative. This is your negative. Okay? And so it says, compare not as, and then. Okay, Jerry, when you're ready. So here you can see here, negative, affirmative, negative, affirmative. Yes, the two styles. You're saying the same thing. When you're ready. Yep, thank you.
Rome is not as old as Athens. Athens is older than Rome.
Yeah.
Not older as Rome.
Exactly.
Tennis isn't as popular as football. Football is more popular than tennis. I don't go out as much as you. You go out more than me.
Good. So you see here, not as old as, this is your negative, older than, this is affirmative. Yes? Again, not as negative, more popular than, affirmative. Yes? And you're saying exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same. Same idea. And here, this is exactly the same as we saw before. She's not as old as him. Subject, object. Can I say she's not as old as he is? Exactly the same. She's not as old as he is. You don't work as hard as me. You don't work as hard as I do. Right? You're going to say here, as I do. And then we have the same. Arnold, when you're ready.
The weather.
We say the same as.
The weather today is the same as yesterday. My hair is the same color as yours. I arrived at the same time as Tom.
Okay, so when we say the same, no difference. Here, look, the weather is the same as, the weather is, I'm describing, my hair is the same color, I arrived at the same time. You can also say, for example, I go, Remy, how old are you? She goes, 24. How old are you, Arnold? 24. Oh, wow. So Remy and Arnold are the same age. right? If I go, where do you live, Remy? Hertzville. Pablo, where do you live? Hertzville. Oh, wow. You live at the same place.
But can you say similar place? For example, my hair is similar color as you.
Question. Is similar
Similar.
the same as the same? Really?
Similar is same.
Wait a minute. Come on, dude. You're a barber, right? You're going to tell me if you put a toner that is 6.2 to a toner 6.3, that is the same? It isn't, is it? So similar, is it the same? It's different. The same means the same. You know what? I always remember this with my eldest. I remember when my eldest went to school, she was 4 or 5 years old, there were a pair of twins in her class. And, you know, I was surprised because I'd never seen, like, you know, before. And, I said, look, the two little girls. Oh, wow, they're twins. They're the same. You know what she said to me? Mom, they're the same, but different. And what she was trying to tell me is that, yeah, physically they were the same. But the little children where they played and these were their classmates, they could tell the difference in terms of personality. So they were different. They were different people. One was very quiet and the other one was very, you know, extroverted. So they were different, but you looked at them, 2 drops, they were the same. So what I'm trying to say is the same is not similar. It's the same. Remember the diagram we saw about Iceland and Norway?
Yeah.
Blood type AB was the same in both countries, yes? That's where you say the same, because there's no difference. And that's what the same means. No difference. Okay? Good. Let's have a look. So, I'm going to make it smaller so we can all see the pictures. Okay, let's have a look. So let's begin. So it says A, B, and C. So A, kind of in the middle, yeah? B definitely is the bigger one, and C is the smaller one. So what can we say? A definitely is bigger than C, but not as big as B. Okay, let's see. 2, Arnold. So we've got A, B, and C again. So A is,
Small.
no. How are you going to say here smaller?
Ah,
No, number 2. How are we going to say smaller? No.
A is bigger.
No.
Longer.
Thank you. Bigger is like this. Longer. Huh? So A is longer
Than B.
than B. Good. But
No,
not. No. But not.
but not as big,
Uh-uh.
as longer.
No.
As long.
As long, you see? But not as long as C. Okay, Remy. It's got 10, 20, and 15 kilos. So C is
heavier
heavier
than A,
than A,
but
but
not
not
as heavy
as heavy
as B.
as B. Good job. Jerry, I'm 45, 50, and 40. So A is
older
older
than
than
C,
C,
but
but
not
not
as
as,
older.
no, because you're using as, my friend. You're not using the than. So as
Old,
old
as
as
B.
B. Good.
Here.
2 more. There are 2 more. Mm-hmm. Okay, got it? Okay, amazing. Good. Let's continue. Two more. So it says here, B has got, so how much is it? $4,000, $5,000, and $3,000? Yes?
Yes.
Yes? So what are you going to say here? So here I've got 5,000, 4,000, 3,000. So B has got, just so you know, when we say has got, this is British. It's the same to say B has, which is American. Okay? So B has or B has got what?
Last one.
No. What do you mean less? B has got more money than
See?
C, but not as
More. Much.
much. Thank you. But not as much as A. Good. And where could I use this? You know, when people say, the other day, I said to a friend of mine, I said, oh, I'm going to make fish. I said, do you like fish? And she put her face like, and said, oh, you don't like fish? She said, no, I like fish, but I don't like fish as much as beef. Oh, okay, then I'll make something with beef. You know what I mean? Like that can happen. When you're in a restaurant looking at menus, hey, let's order this, let's order that. Instead of like saying, oh, I don't like it, because a lot of people are like, So you might go, yeah, it's okay. It's, you could say, I like more of this, or I don't like this as much. That's okay. See? So that's how you can use it. For activities, the same thing. Hey, let's go bowling. Some people might go, I'm not really a bowling fan. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't like it as much as, let's say, karting. Oh, I love karting, right? What's karting, to drive the car? So here, it says, look at this one. I don't work very hard. I work super hard, very hard. I work hard, but not too hard. So this one is, I don't work very hard, so lazy. I work very hard, workaholic. I work hard, but not too hard. So in the middle. So what are we going to say here? C works harder than A, but not as hard, not hot, hard, Paulo, hard. Thank you. As B. Okay? Okay, let's do an activity. I'm going to give you 10 minutes. I want you to write for me 4 ideas as differences between Australia and your country, your home country. What are the differences? 4, just 4. Come on. Kraken lecken. Okay, so the question is, I want you to write 4 sentences, 4 comparatives of differences between Australia and Nepal. Differences between Australia and Colombia.
But in positive or negative?
You tell me. Show me what you can do. Show me the best you can do. Please, I do not want to see, Australia is bigger than. Come on.
Ya la tenía lista.
Teacher, please, teacher.
You just put it. Oh my God, Jerry.
My granddaughter, who's 3 years old, can write that. Come on. Huh? I know you guys, huh? You guys always like, bigger, smaller. Come on, you're intelligent. You're an intelligent man. Tell me, what are the true differences, huh? There are so many things you could say. You guys are amazing human beings.
Something like that.
Let me see. What does it say here?
Better.
I like this. I like
Yeah,
this, my friend.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll keep on.
Yeah, keep on going. Good job. Good job, my friend. Okay, you guys done? Finished? Come on. Give me one. Come on. No, you got one. No, come on. Come on, there are so many things that you can say. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, we done? We good? Okay, let's have a look. Come on, show me. What have you got? What have you got? You finished? Show me. Come on.
¿Lo digo?
No, I want you to come and show me. Okay, let's see.
Mira
Okay,
la pantalla.
good. Oh, this is red, right? Yeah. People, single or plural. So here, is or are.
Qué mensa.
Don't say people. You don't need to say people. You can say Chileans are happier than Australians. Okay. Okay. I like it. Good. Now, all of these that you have are in affirmative. The same ideas in negative now.
Okay.
The other way around. Okay, come on. Show me. You don't need to say this because you've already mentioned here. So here you're repeating yourself. So you don't need it. So Australia is safer than Chile, but not as beautiful is enough. Chile is longer than Australia, but not as big. Okay. Australian economy is better than Chile. Okay. Chilean food is tastier
What is?
than Australian food. Okay, good. So this one, this one here. So how would you say the opposite of this?
The opposite.
Give me the opposites now. Convert them into negative. Okay, come on. Good job. I'm liking the sentences. They're really good. Okay, the train in Australia is not as fast as in China. Okay, good. Is this in red? Australian. Okay, so here, what you would say here is the Australian government, because you're talking about, and here, government,
Sorry. RN.
right?
Yeah.
At the end here. So because you're talking about the government, you're talking about something specific. So the Australian government is much more democratic than the Chinese. That's it. You don't need to say government because you've already got it here.
Yeah, okay.
Australian food is not as delicious as good. You can get a lot more money in Australia than in China, but on the other hand, everything in Australia is much good, more expensive, like it, and you did both ways, so amazing. Okay, good. Come on, Arnold, Shed, you're up. Okay, you're up. Come on, Shed. Come on. Why? It's not that difficult.
Estaba haciendo la parte y no me dejó pasar.
Okay. Australia is colder than Colombia. Okay. Australia is a little bit bigger Colombia is a country, mate. Australia is a continent.
No. Colombia is big.
No. Australia is a continent. It's true. Because, look, Australia is actually an island. But what happened was that they were like, okay, is it an island or is it a continent? Yeah? So basically, they said, oh, Australia's too big to be an island. So, continent. How many square meters is Colombia? Let's check. Oh, let's say.
How many is population in here?
No. But that's different. But that's you didn't say that. You didn't say that. You didn't talk about the population, did you? Right? So let's say something. Look, which country is bigger? Australia or Colombia?
No, yes, of course.
Let's
It's
check.
bigger, Australia, of course.
Significantly. Look at that. Not much. Significantly. Like much
Seven
more.
times.
7 times more. Huh? And look, there's your comparative too. Yeah? So very different. I agree. Australia has 26 million and Colombia, I think, 52.
No, a little bit more. Yes, maybe 60, 52, 53.
50, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Something like that.
53 Colombian, 50,
Okay, so
20 Venezuela.
what about if you said to say the population in Colombia is higher than Australia? Yes? Or you could also say the population in Australia isn't as high as Colombia. Look, 2 examples off the bat.
But
Okay, so Australia's a little bit bigger, not a little bit bigger, much bigger. Much bigger. It said significantly. Look, we're going to write it here. It said significantly bigger than Colombia, but not as big as Russia. I don't know. Let's see. And Australia versus Russia, I don't think so. I think Russia's huge, like China. Much larger. So there you see, much larger. And it is twice the size. So yeah. But not as big as Russia. Good. I like that. Colombians are shorter than Australians. Absolutely. What else could you say? There are many more cultures maybe in Australia than Colombia, right? Oh, sorry. There are many more cultures in Australia, actually. In Australia than in Colombia. What about if I said to you, how much is a haircut versus Colombia? Is it cheaper? Is it more expensive? What? Right? So what are you going to say? A haircut is more expensive, right, in Australia than Colombia. And what about the salary, the wage? Do you make more money here? So you could say, right, people make more money in Australia. Correct? And then you could say in Colombia, they don't pay as much as in, you see? So when you say, oh, I only thought of 3 ideas, there are many things you can talk about. Right? Okay, good. Anybody else shed? Come on. Okay, second part. So see, nah.
Everything wrong?
So Chile isn't as safe as. So this is how you do the negative.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Australian isn't as long. See?
Yeah.
Chilean economy isn't as good as the Australian one. Australian food isn't as tasty as Chilean food.
No.
See? Be careful
I'll
because you're not
practice.
doing the exercises, yeah? You're on the phone. And
Yeah.
this is where you make mistakes. And that, makes me super happy, Paolo. But use what we were learning. So this is on red. So here you've got the beaches of Australia are warmer than in Chile, right? So you could say no. So you would say oh wait a minute. How do I this? I said isn't this an iPad? Undo. 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 Okay. So here we're gonna say or here. Chilean beaches are not, which here would be aren't, as warm as
Okay.
Australian.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. I think it's better if we say aren't, right? Aren't as warm as the beaches in Australia.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Here, for example, Chileans are happier than Australians. So you could say Australians aren't as happy as,
Yes.
right? So be careful because aren't as happy. The majority of you came. No. If it's not, you don't need that.
Mhm.
Okay? Come on, Shed. Gonna finish the class. Okay, come. Bring me what you have. I just want to see. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so here, Nepal is more friendlier and welcoming than Australia. Nepal isn't as expensive as Australia for travel. Australia has a stunning natural beauty. A stunning natural beauty from but Nepal has the Himalayan beauty. So Australia and Nepal don't have the same geography. So I would say here, Australia has a stunning natural beauty as well as beaches. But, yep, okay. The economy and healthcare system is more better than Nepal. Okay, I like it. Good. Okay, good guys. It shows me that you can do it. Okay, let's see. Everybody looking? Before I forget. Remy. Shed. Oh my God. Arnold. Here you go. Amazing. Thank you for speaking English today. Amazing. And Pablo. Here you go. Okay. Amazing, guys. Let's see. After this one, you can go home. Yep.
Hello and welcome to today's Grammar Game Show. I'm your host, Will. This is my game show. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And of course, let's not forget Leslie, our all-knowing voice in the sky.
Hello, everyone.
Tonight, we're going to ask you 3 questions about
Comparatives. Those useful words and expressions for measuring one thing against another.
Okay, now let's meet our contestants.
Hello all, my name's Celine.
And contestant number 2.
It's nice to meet you, I'm June.
Great! Nice to see you again, Celine. How are you feeling?
I'm doing okay. Why?
Well, you know that,
This powerful heater can heat up any room in seconds without the
Oh
high
my God, commercials.
electricity supplies.
Sorry.
don't-
Here we go.
tragic accident that happened to Mark.
Oh, Mark. Why?
Well, just don't think about him and you'll be fine. It's only true love. It's not that important. Okay, let's get going. And don't forget, you can play along at home too. Now, our first round is a grid round. Look at this grid and choose a number. Then use the revealed word to make a comparative about someone in this room. Are you ready? On your marks. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Well, Celine, you can go first.
I'll have number 3, please.
Brainless.
Okay, so first one, we've got brainless. Okay, now what does brainless mean? When we use less, this means no. So brainless, no brain. Stupid. That's how you think, huh? Okay, yeah, no brain. Absolutely. And if we say homeless, no home. Jobless, no job. Careless, no care. Motherless, no mother. Yeah. Okay, so brainless. What could we say? Brainless. A very, very common expression that sometimes we use to say, for example, you have less brains than a chicken. Yeah, you could say that to somebody. Like, I don't know how intelligent or how, what the brain of a chicken is, but it's something that people say. They say, oh, you have less brains than a chicken. You know what I mean? Like, usually we say that for people that forget things all the time, Yeah. What could be a good example of this? I could say, right, that Mr. Bean is, let's say, more brainless than, a chicken in this case. Okay? Good.
Oh my, June is more brainless than I am.
Correct.
Right? So she attacks this one and says, June is brainless than I am. And you see how she goes, June is more brainless than I am. Remember I told you that when you want to mock somebody? So now look what happens.
Ouch! June! Time for revenge. Choose a number.
I'll take number 1.
Fat.
This is getting interesting, huh? Right? Now, fat is not a very good word. Fat is rude. So always don't say, oh, she's fatter than me. No, that is You want to make, yeah. But if not, heavy, heavier. Yeah?
Lean is fatter than me.
Correct.
Fatter.
Are you
than
gonna
me.
take that? Quick, choose a number.
I choose 6.
Ugly.
Ugly. What is the comparative of ugly? Uglier. Just like when you go heavy, heavier, easy, easier, to say uglier. Maybe Jerry goes, my sister is uglier than me. Huh? No? No.
They I am.
All good vibes.
They I am.
Then I am. Absolutely. Then I am.
June is uglier than I am.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
How dare she? She's gone mad with grief. Go on, get her back.
I'll choose number 2, please.
Bad.
Bad. What is
Silly.
the comparative of bad? Worse, right? Not better. Worse. Exceptional.
Is a worse person than I
Correct.
Then I am.
Don't we all know it? That's my mark left.
Number 4.
Handsome.
Oh,
Well,
look at this. Handsome is one that you can use or you could say more. What does it depend on? In this case, I usually say more handsome. But I have heard and I have seen on TV when they say handsomer. So yeah, it's one of those words where we'll look at that during the week. That you can use both. Okay.
Phil is handsomer than everyone.
Correct.
That's the kind of spirit we need.
Except Mark.
Whoa. Factually incorrect there. -1 point. Leslie.
Comparative.
Here you go.
Adjective.
These are the rules for the comparatives. We talked about this. 1 syllable adjectives, 2 syllables may use or more or both. 3 syllables or more, greater, we use only more. Some are irregulars like good, bad, fun, and far. So we say here better, worse, funnier, and further or farther. And don't forget than. Yeah? That is how you make comparatives.
That allow us to compare 2 or more things. To make one, modify an adjective. If it has 1 syllable, add ER. If it has 2 syllables, it may take ER or more or both. Check a dictionary. If it has 3 syllables or greater, we add more. Lastly, the third type is irregular, such as good and bad. And don't forget to use than.
Well done, 20 points each. Oh, minus the one Celine lost. I'll just mark that down. Oh, sorry. Poor choice of words.
Feel more confident about your relationship with
Sorry.
money and start your financial fitness journey with Combank today, with tips on how to strengthen your savings muscle, master your money mindset, and plan for a brighter tomorrow.
For a brighter tomorrow. You see? Comparative.
On to our second round. 1 syllable and 2 syllable adjectives ending in Y change their spelling when they become comparatives. Which of these comparative spelling rules is incorrect? Basic adjective plus ER. Ends in E plus R. Ends in vowel consonant, double consonant plus ER. Ends in Y, change Y to I plus ER.
Okay. Which one is incorrect? C? C? Really? C? Why? So if I have big,
Okay.
I can't say bigger. Yeah, so it's correct. B. Why? Why? Didn't you write, Jerry, this word? So here, if I have safe, what do? You add the R. If you have nice, don't you add the R? So it's correct.
A, incorrect.
Why? Clean, cleaner. Hard, harder.
No one is incorrect.
That's right. They're
Yeah.
all correct.
Yeah, correct.
They're all correct.
Okay.
They're trying to make you think. Yes. So if you know your rules, you will say, na, 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 na. They're all correct. Good.
I don't seem to remember C. I think that one's incorrect.
Sorry, that's wrong, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to give you a black mark. Oh, sorry. I put my foot in my mouth again. Oh. June?
This is a trick question. All of the rules are correct.
Well done, June. You beat Celine. That's bound to leave a mark. Sorry. Faux pas. Let's leave.
Excellent, June. One syllable and two syllable adjectives ending in Y change their spelling when they become comparatives. We add ER to the basic adjectives. If the adjective ends in E, we only add R. If it ends in a single vowel followed by a consonant, we double the consonant and add ER. Finally, if the adjective...
So here are your grammar rules. Yes, and this is what we were talking about. Short, ER, shorter. Nice, add the R. Double consonant, hot, hotter. We said big, bigger. And here, if it's Y, lose the I and add IER, happier.
If it ends in Y, we replace the Y with an I and add ER.
Well done, June. 3 points for you. You're doing quite well. Do you think you'll win?
Oh, I will. Mark my words.
I'll have to mark that one down. Oh, sorry. Okay, on to our last round. Comparatives are not just able to communicate a difference, but also how much of a difference exists. I'm going to show you some comparatives, and I want to know if there's a big difference, small difference, or no difference at all. Here we go. Mark is as nice as Mark.
Okay. Mark is as nice as Mark. Big difference, small difference, no difference. No difference. You're saying Mark is as nice as Mark. It's the same. There is no difference.
No difference.
Correct.
Wow, June, that was quick off the mark. Oopsie. Here's the next one. Mark is twice as handsome as Mark.
This one. Mark is twice as handsome as Mark. Big difference because it says twice. And what is twice? 2 times. 2 times.
No, sorry, you're well off the mark there.
Big difference.
Correct.
Mark is a little bit less interesting than Mark.
So Mark is a little bit less interesting than Mark. Small difference because a little bit, yeah?
Small difference.
Correct.
Last one. Mark is nothing like as cool as Mark.
And this one? Nothing. Mark is nothing like as cool as Mark. You know, When I was in Chile, and people used to always ask me, do you like Chile? Yeah, I do. Which country do you say is more beautiful? Chile or Australia? And I used to say, I can't respond to that. Why? Because Chile is nothing like Australia. Australia is nothing like Chile. So big difference or small difference? Shed? Big difference. If I say Chile is nothing, what is nothing? Zero. Nothing like Australia. What am I saying? Understand what I'm saying? That I'm saying the two countries are totally different. Totally. Completely. So, big difference. Yes?
Big difference.
Leslie, can we?
Well done. Comparative.
There
and
you go.
comparative structures.
Says no difference is when we use as. Small difference if we say a bit more or less. Big difference if we say twice as, or nothing like as. Okay?
Can be modified to include the size of the difference being illustrated. Words like much, not as, nowhere near as, a bit.
Oh, that
and
is true
as,
too. Sometimes when you understand something and you might go, hey, to say, here's my example. And I might go, no, wrong. And I go, oh, but am I close? And I might say, no, nowhere close. You're nowhere near close. What am I saying? That it is completely wrong. That you know nothing and you must start again. For example, if you say, I go, where do you live? You go, Newtown. Where do you live? You say, Katoomba. Maybe Anna goes, oh, you live close to the city. And I go, oh, no, she doesn't live anywhere near the city. She lives, you know what I mean? Like, so when you go anywhere or nowhere, it's like big difference. Okay? Well, that's what I have prepared for you guys today. Okay? And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice night.